Okay, let's get into this Giants reset blueprint. Because honestly, reading through this stuff, it feels less like a strategy doc and more like, well, like an emergency intervention from the fans.
That's a good way to put it. We, the fan base, are just emotionally drained. This pile of analysis reflects that fatigue, that utter weariness.
Yeah, just tired of losing week after week, season after season. It's exhausting.
And it's not just being tired, it's seeing this catastrophic pattern, the number that just punches you in the gut from all this analysis. 3 straight years starting 2-7.
3 straight, 2-7.
Yeah, that's not bad luck. It's not an accident. The sources are clear. This is systemic, it's failure, and it leads to total fan burnout.
So what we need to do today is really unpack this blueprint, figure out the structural mess-ups causing this Groundhog Day of losing.
Exactly. What went wrong? What's the one bright spot we actually have? And crucially, what absolutely has to change, like yesterday, according to the fans and, the internal takes.
And we have to start with just the vibe, the identity. The blueprint calls it identity erosion at MetLife.
Yeah.
I mean, the early exits from the locker room.
Oh, yeah.
And seeing away fans basically setting up camp in our end zones for photos.
Yeah.
That's just unacceptable. It screams lack of respect, top to bottom.
It really does. It points to something depper organizationally. So looking at the section titled, Is It Over? What really grabs you there? Because this isn't just one bad year, right? It's the whole trajectory.
It's the trajectory, and it's frankly, the outrage in the material. The line that sticks with me is, we can't keep pretending the same approach will suddenly bloom.
Right.
That's paralysis.
Yeah.
And look, let me just say what every fan is screaming. Based on this stuff, doing nothing at the trade deadline to fix this, to try and change the path we were obviously on, that felt like waving a white flag. Like accepting 2-7 yet again. It was infuriating. We just accepted losing again.
And that connects directly to the accountability check on the staff in these sources. It's pretty damning. Well, the argument boils down to this. 4 seasons, okay? Different coordinators shuffled in and out, different guys under center for stretches.
Right.
Same result, same movie. And the killer comparison they draw is looking around the league. You see quarterbacks who are maybe, inherited elsewhere. They get with new coaches, new systems, and suddenly they thrive.
Suggests the problem isn't just the players sometimes.
Exactly. It suggests the leadership, the coaching, that whole marriage. That might be the core failure point right here in New York.
Which lines up perfectly with the fan polls, the emails, everything flooding in. People are done with the romance, the hoping. It's results romance.
That's the clear message.
And the call for a reset with Dart, meaning new GM, new head coach, it's loud. It's really strong. Because the feeling is, this current group, their trajectory is flat, done, cooked.
They haven't shown they can break the pattern.
Not at all. They haven't shown they can pivot, fix what's clearly broken year after year. And honestly, we're just so tired of these back-to-back-to-back losing seasons. Enough is enough.
The blueprint basically says, if the plane's not climbing, you change the pilots. If you keep starting 2-7, the fix has got to be big, structural, and probably immediate.
Okay. Let's shift gears a bit away from the sheer frustration. Because there is one thing in here generating real excitement, real hope.
Jaxson Dart.
Jaxson Dart. Finally, you watch him, and the sources echo this. The poise, juice, playmaking, it's all there. He looks like the real deal, a franchise QB. For the first time in what feels like forever, we have a genuine, high-value asset.
And right on the heels of that excitement, the blueprint slams down rule number 1, non-negotiable.
Which is?
Protect Dart. Protect the asset. It pivots immediately from the hype to the absolute necessity of keeping him upright and healthy.
Makes sense. You can't build if your foundation crumbles.
Exactly. And it gets specific. The blueprint rips the team for letting him take hits late in games that are already decided, calling it out directly.
That's just stupid. Why is he even in there?
Right. The source says that's not building toughness, that's turning your future into a piñata. Just reckless. If you let your number 1 asset get beat up because of bad coaching or bad structure, forget everything else. Game over before it starts.
Completely unacceptable.
Yeah.
So what does the blueprint say structurally needs to change to protect him? Besides, common sense coaching.
It demands specific things. Tempo offense, get the ball out fast, marry that tempo heavily with play action passing, make the defense hesitate.
Okay, keep going.
And the running game structure itself, it has to be designed explicitly to keep Dart clean. Easier reads, predictable pockets, taking pressure off him, not adding to it.
And personnel too, right? It's not just scheme.
Absolutely. They need specific player types. It mentions needing a true possession receiver. Someone just wins on time, gets open quick, reliable target for Dart, takes the pressure off him having to make miracle throws.
Got it. And the O-line. Please tell me it addresses the O-line.
Oh yeah, big time. Needs institutional stability. Love the analogy they use. Treat O-line continuity like a sourdough starter.
Huh. Explain that.
You feed it consistently, you don't shock it with constant changes. Keep the lineup steady, keep the coaching steady, develop them together. No more shuffling guys week after week like it's a tryout. It needs to be a unit. Mandatory.
Mandatory. Okay, so rule 1 is protect Dart. But what about the other side of the ball? Because the blueprint points out these massive operational failures that are just dragging everything down.
Yeah, you can't just fix the offense. The defensive collapse is highlighted as a huge problem. The numbers are just stark.
Like what?
3 straight games giving up 30-plus points. That's not just bad luck, that's a breakdown. And the analysis points to really fundamental flaws, not complex stuff, basic stuff.
It's not just the defense is bad then. It says why.
Correct. It specifically calls out leaking run fits and tackling being all over the place, totally inconsistent.
Explain run fits for everyone listening.
Sure. Basically, every defender has a specific gap or lane they're responsible for stopping on a run play. Gap integrity. When guys get pushed out of their lanes or they don't fill the right gap,
Big running lanes open up.
huge lanes, and that's how you get gashed repeatedly. That's coaching, that's discipline, it's fixable, but it's killing them right now.
Okay, defense is a mess. What else?
Special teams, the hidden yards killer. It sounds kind of vague, but the blueprint nails it. Describes special teams as basically handing out short fields like free samples.
So opponents are constantly starting with great field position.
Constantly. Poor coverage, weak returns. It means the other team is regularly starting drives near the 40-yard line, sometimes even better. Think about that.
Yeah, our offense has to march 80 yards. They only need 60 or less.
Exactly. That math catches up to you fast. Those hidden yards aren't hidden for long. They turn into points against you, and it puts even more pressure on Dart and the offense.
So the overall indictment, the summary and source F, it's pretty bleak then.
It basically says, outside of just hoping Dart can, quote, turn water into YAC yards after catch, meaning he needs his receivers to make magic happen after simple catches.
Which isn't sustainable.
Not at all. Outside of that hope, the team lacks the basic building blocks, the pillars of a real, functioning, successful football operation. You can't win consistently on hope and prayer.
Okay, so that leads us to the solution part. The 4-pillar reset blueprint. This is the hard hat, non-negotiable stuff, right?
Exactly. This is the framework for digging out, laid out clearly, needs to happen now.
Let's walk through them. Pillar 1, head coach tone. What does that mean?
It means setting rock-solid, non-negotiable standards across the board. No excuses. It means keeping things simple so players can execute under pressure. And, critically important, situational aggression. Meaning the coach has to know when to be bold, when to go for it on 4th down, when to manage the clock aggressively to win, not just play it safe and lose slowly. Stop being conservative when the situation demands you step up.
And if the current guys stay?
Then this change in philosophy and behavior has to happen immediately, no waiting.
Okay. Pillar 2, Dart first offense. We touched on this.
Yeah, total commitment to that play action marriage we talked about, protecting the edges on the O-line.
Yeah.
And really clear roles for the receivers. You need an X, you need a possession guy, you need someone to stretch the field. Everyone knows their job to make Dart's job easier, maximize his strengths.
Makes sense. Pillar 3, defense identity. Fixing the mess.
Right. Back to fundamentals. Fix the gap integrity. Stop the run fits leaking. Establish a baseline level of tackling competence. A tackling floor. Simple, clear rules for stopping the run. You can have variety in your schemes, sure, but not the kind of chaos we're seeing now where nobody seems to know their assignment when it counts. Simple rules, executed fast.
Got it. And finally, pillar 4, special teams competence.
Yeah.
Sounds basic, but
It is basic, and that's why it's infuriating that it's been so bad. This is just operational competence. Get a reliable kicker. Kick directionally to pin returners. Have actual targets for field position quarter by quarter. Stop bleeding hidden yards. It's not rocket science. It's just doing the job.
so if you boil those 4 pillars down, the philosophy, the execution, what's the mantra?
The blueprint gives us a really clear 3-part focus for the future. Actionable stuff.
What you got?
Protect Dart. Punish the run. Win the hidden yards.
Protect Dart, punish the run, win the hidden yards. That's the mission. That's the fix.
And it reflects that core feeling from the fans, you know? This isn't just bashing the team, it's tough love. We respect the Giants logo, the history, enough to demand better, enough to tell the hard truths about losing, over and over.
Which leads to the big question.
Can the current regime actually do this? Given the track record, the pattern, are they capable of executing this kind of comprehensive, urgent reset? Critical thinking demands, we ask that.
It's the elephant in the room, isn't it?
Yeah.
But look, the hope is there. The logo does still shine. The end zone should be ours. And we do have real hope now with Dart. But the football, the actual product on the field, it has to match the legacy. It has to match the passion we all feel. And why should you listening care about all these blueprint details? Because now you know exactly what to look for. You have the checklist. This is the standard leadership needs to be judged against going forward. No more excuses.
These are the criteria for success now.
Exactly. So we'll leave you with this question, straight from the heart of this material. Based on everything we've unpacked from this big blue T blueprint, which one of those 4 pillars, head coach tone, Dart first offense, defense identity, or special teams competence, which one is the absolute most critical fix? The one thing that just cannot wait for the offseason if we're ever going to break this cycle of losing. Think about it. What's step 1?
Just wanted to say a massive thank you for tuning in to Big Blue Tea.
Absolutely. And, a huge shout out always to BLKFREEZYTV.
Oh,
For
definitely.
the fantastic programming, the production, everything that makes this possible.
Yep. Their work behind the scenes is just really appreciated.
It really is.
This has been Big Blue Tea.